Hello there, Virgo. How are you guys doing today? Welcome. If you are new here, this is your check-in. Let's see what messages come through for you today. Now, if you are new here, these are timeless readings, and you have been sent here by your intuition because there's something about today's reading that is going to help with whatever current situation you are going through. So, trust your intuition. You can also share with me down in the comments below. Let me know what resonated with you. I would love to hear. All right, bottom of the deck, we've got strength. So this is all about the time of your life where you are being challenged by so many things coming at you, so many challenges in life, the tower moments that you've had in the past. You know, of course, we're still dealing with it, right? Because those moments are not very easy to get through. And definitely, I think that at this time you have been you've basically learned that there's more than one way to handle problems. This seems to be a very common theme, a recurrent theme for you as far as reminding you about your inner strength and the fact that you do not give up, right? Just like the Nine of Wands, you don't give up. You like to really pursue things and work at it to the end. You're definitely someone who perseveres. All right, here we go. First card here, the Tower card. So just like I had said just now, is the Tower card. So the Tower card, again, is something that is a major upheaval in your life. And basically, it's not anything that's very easy to get over. It is really something that has flipped your life upside down, and now you're having to really rebuild yourself. And rebuilding meaning that everything that you once knew in the past really isn't true, or it's being challenged right now. And so this gives you an opportunity to really learn about yourself. And I think that truly that's the purpose of the Tower moments that we have in our lives, is that it's supposed to be there to help teach us something about ourselves, right? And we are supposed to evolve and become better people after we have healed from those moments. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, look at this. So whatever it is that you are going through, whatever Tower moment, that heartache, everything that has tested your inner strength here, whatever is still being a challenge, you're working through it, but everything else that you have worked through, you're no longer holding on to it. You're moving on from these turbulent waters to calmer shores, and you're really realizing that, yeah, okay, I learned my lesson here. Things were rough. However, I need to go to the other side because that's much more promising. And whatever I did before no longer serves me any longer, so it's time to move on. So some of you may be moving out of town. If you are, leaving a situation, some of you may be moving out of your home, that sort of thing. But definitely something has challenged your spirit, and now you're realizing that your previous situation no longer holds as much for you as it once did. Look at this. Something has given you this inspiration to start something new here. And I think that that's part of the reason why you're getting this encouragement to get on this boat and leave, right? Because what's happened is that now that you are rebuilding yourself, you're rebuilding your world, you're starting to see little signs and synchronicities around you that's telling you, hey, it's time for you to act. It's time for you to do something about whatever it is that's being handed to you. So now you've got a new opportunity, and this might be a new job, a new career move, moving to a new town, new studies, new skills, that sort of thing. So, and also just an opportunity to improve your health or physicality, and maybe even the relationships that you are having. Look at this, the Lovers. So just when I said relationships, we've got the Lovers here. So in the near future here, you are going to basically connect with someone or something. So person, place, or thing. The Lovers card is really just about commitment on a spiritual level, something that's not an accident. Well, I don't believe in accidents, right? And there's no such thing as coincidence. I truly believe that people are brought into our lives for a reason, just like you're here today and I'm talking to you guys. We're here together for a reason, and it's usually for a higher purpose. But here, this new opportunity that you're having is on the other side, right? On the other side of these turbulent waters, and it's going to work out in your favor because this is something that you both are really going to be very attracted to or connected to, and you're really committing on a very deep level. So yeah, you're moving. You're moving. Just like I said here with the Six of Swords, you're moving, and you may be moving out of town, moving from one job to another, moving out of state or out of the country. But definitely this is about you realizing that all of the new opportunities that are presented to you, you need to act on it. And this is an action card. To me, this is an action card because it's about your will and your determination. It's about you moving forward. And this is also your card of victory. So whatever it is, this new endeavor that you take on and the commitment that you make, It's going to work out in your favor, definitely, because it's something that's coming from within. Look at that. This new opportunity is going to create a lot of structure and strength in your life. And you may have a skill, Virgo, that other people want, because you're very good at the fine details. You're really good at that. If you've started a study, for example, or a skill, learning a skill, you do everything you can to really learn that skill. And judging by what's going on in your life, it's going to work out in your favor, and you may even have people requesting those services from you because you are very skilled. Seven of Swords tells me here that, one, you could be planning, right? Because you are moving to the other side there. You might be planning, strategizing a move from one company to another. You might want to do it quietly, right? So that we're not, creating a lot of drama. But the other thing that this card can be is obviously deceit, lying, cheating, stealing. And we want to make sure that you are maximizing all of the opportunities that are being presented to you, and that you are not robbing yourself of any opportunities, because these tower moments are really big deals. And so some of you might have a lot of emotional hurt, spiritual hurt, and some of you may still be hanging on to that. And so much like the Four of Cups card, you're being handed something by the universe, and you've created these walls and you've crossed your arms across you, and you're like, you don't want to try anything new. So just make sure that you're not robbing yourself of the opportunities to love or commit again, or the opportunities to start something new or improve a skill that other people may want, that may also create stability in your life. So it can go both ways. Yeah, of course, if you get a sense that someone may not necessarily be, giving you their true self, please be on the lookout for that. Okay? Look at this. You're starting something new. Everything that has happened to you in the tower moment, now that you are rebuilding your life and you're taking on every opportunity that's being given to you, and you are truly learning that there's more than one way to handle a challenge, there's a part of you here that is ready to start something new. And this is actually a really beautiful thing, because you're now opening yourself. There's everything around you that's kind of reminding you it's time to try something new. It's time for you to try to commit to something else other than what you were committing to in the past. It's time for you to take advantage of this new beginning. So this is such a blessing for you right now. And it doesn't have to be anything great and grand, but it's just something like some new beginning, right? Out with the old, in with the new. And that's kind of the theme of this year for everybody. For all the readings that I do, it's really truly the theme. Look at this. You're having a breakthrough. And this need or desire or push to really consider starting something new, you're getting clarity. This is that breakthrough moment where you're going, okay, I can't live here anymore. I can't continue to punish myself. I can't continue to deny myself and rob myself of life's experiences. Maybe it is time for me to move on. Maybe it is time for me to open up and really commit to something else other than the past and living in the past. So this could be committing to yourself, right? Just like I said, it's just a commitment on a deeper, stronger level. And you might be committing to improving yourself, your health, your spirituality, or your mental health. You could be committing to another individual, right? Somebody that's been around you for a long time and has kind of like lurked around and thought, well, maybe one of these days we can be together. But now, I think you're really trying to consider that to be a possibility. This is also your card of victory. So you have two cards here of victory, which is excellent because you are trying to start something new in your life. And what more do you need than victory? This is going to give you that clarity to remove the things from your life that no longer serve you, or start something new, just leave the premises, or, figuratively leave the situation mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and, take care of yourself. Commit to yourself or commit to something new. Okay? All right. Look at this. So in the near future, you're going to be presented with the idea that, you have so many possibilities. You have such potential right in front of you, and you can really try to do something different with your life. And whatever you do, you're going to be victorious in it, because you're starting to see your potential. You're starting to see that, like, yeah, I'm really good at this, or I have great work ethic, and I think that I can take my services elsewhere, or I can take my skill elsewhere. Or I could study something different or start a new business, something like that. But you're really ready now to really kind of open up and really receive any possibility of starting and expanding your world. I like it. Look at this. You are going to be the boss. This is someone of high authority. And you may also be working with a boss, somebody that is higher up. Especially if you're crossing over and moving to a different company, you may be committing and seeing eye to eye with the vision of that company, or the CEO or something like that. And vice versa, you can easily be the CEO of your own company, right? I mean, if you've decided, okay, I'm going to take my skills elsewhere and I'm going to do it quietly. And when I do, I'm going to have the best control, because the most control over my own company, because I really see that my skills can take my world into a whole new direction, my career into a whole new direction. And you're going to boss up, and you're going to be the one that is really controlling the scenario there. But definitely this is a fatherly figure, somebody that's very strong, very stable. And you may encounter someone coming into your life that has that presence, and it might even be you, but keep yourself open to that. Look at this, the Death card, just like the Tower card always. I've said to you before that a lot of times with your moments with the Tower card, I always say that you've gone through the transformation. And this is great because it's in your area of outcomes here. And it tells me that you have undergone that change, that transformation that you needed. And you can see it in all of the cards here. Now, I haven't, talked about the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Those usually linger for you, or even like the 4 of Cups. But I think that this transformation here is really allowing you to see that there are so many possibilities, despite the fact that everything had been flipped upside down. I think right now you are at the point where you're really starting to learn a lot about yourself. You're really learning how courageous and strong you truly are. And you're starting to put the pieces together and receiving clarity. And that's why you're able to consider starting something new. Okay, I hope this is making sense so far. So I'm going to put the Strength card here. Look at this, 3 of Wands. Just like I was saying with the 2 of Wands, yeah, you're ready to embark on something new, start to expand your world. That's that expansion card here. That's lovely. King of Wands. Yeah, look at this, the visionary. And there you go, your 10 of Swords, because I happened to open my mouth too soon, but there's your 10 of Swords, because I was telling you that, so far, everything looks good here. We haven't gotten the 8, 9, or 10 of Swords, but here it is. So again, make sure that you are understanding and learning the lessons behind all of this heartache and despair. Let it transform you, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Let it give you the wisdom that you need, right, to be the boss of your life. Okay? All right, let's shuffle these cards here. See what else comes through for you. What does Virgo need to know right now? What message do we need to give to Virgo? Here we go. Look at that, 3 of Cups. So you've got the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups, but you also have the 7 of Swords. So beware of any kind of third-party situation here. This can also be about friendship, too, and family and celebration. But in this case, with the 7 of Swords, make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who want the very best for you. And also, if you're suspecting like a third-party situation, person, place, or thing, make sure you corral that, right? So when I say person, place, or thing, the issue here, Virgo, is that you may be the one with a third-party situation, meaning that because you work so hard and you're so diligent, your work ethic is so good, so excellent, that you may be taking time away from this opportunity here. If you are in a new commitment, like a love commitment, be sure that you're balancing your life out, like the Temperance card or the 2 of Pentacles. Balance your life out so that you are able to really create trust between one another and really grow this relationship, right, into something like the 4 of Wands. That's always a lovely card to receive. So here, 4 of Swords. So I'll take the 4 of Swords, not the 4 of Wands right now, but the 4 of Swords is again reminding you to take a break, to rest and take care of yourself, because you do work very hard and you devote so much of yourself into everything that you encounter, that you start or try. So make sure you're taking that break. Again, here we're reminded about conflict, and you're reminded that there is more than one way to deal with conflict, that you're going to have to use your inner strength. And also, communication here is important, because it's not about you taking all of the swords or winning at all costs or burning bridges. It's not about that, because you don't want this negative energy around you. Right? You want to make sure that you are coasting along with the highest frequency, that you are living the life of positivity, and you're really living a heart-based life, right? So make sure that you're communicating. Use your words wisely. Compromise. You don't need all the swords. You don't need all the swords. Look at that, 6 of Pentacles. You get the 6 of Pentacles or the Hierophant a lot with me, because this is about you giving support to others, because there may have been a time during this Tower moment that you needed support from others. So now you are being tested, and you're given this opportunity to give to others, that someone is going to ask, because you're now wiser, someone is going to ask for support from you, maybe some wisdom or something like that. 8 of Wands, I love it. We'll put this guy next to the Chariot, because it's, to me, is about movement and momentum. The Hermit. Virgo, this is your card. So you're showing up here with your card, which again tells me that you are ready. You are ready to come out of hiding. You've learned the lessons that you were supposed to learn. And if you haven't, make sure you take that break. Go within. Ask yourself the tough questions and process it so that when you come out, you're so much wiser and you can share that wisdom with others. And people can come to you and you're so approachable and can come to you for advice. All right, here we go. Ace of Pentacles. I like the Ace of Pentacles for you because, again, it's all about new beginnings. Look at this. You have to get rid of this mentality of lack. There's a part of you that feels like you don't deserve the Ten of Pentacles, which is the greatest thing, right? Which is about legacy, wealth, and, you know, harmony in your life, stability in your life. Okay, one more. Four of Pentacles. So yeah, there's a part of you that's still worried about finances, but here you are being given this opportunity to start something new. New beginnings right here with also the Page of Pentacles. You may be studying something different as well. Look at that, Three of Wands again. So despite the fact that I shuffled this, the Three of Wands is still present, okay? And you're going to be that visionary. All right, let's get some other cards here for you. These readings for you are getting so long because I get so long-winded here. All right, the Queen card, reign with grace and confidence, of course. So we didn't get the Queen of Wands this time, but that's okay because you have this reminder here. Now, this is the awakening card, much like the Judgment card, and it says here, the path to truth starts from within. Yeah, make sure that you are always making decisions from within, right? Your highest, most authentic self, and everything works out in your favor when you do that. If you come in from a good place, then that karma comes right back to you. Sword, cut through doubts, you're capable. So yeah, here we go. Ace of Swords right there. Let's do one more. Forest, within nature, you find your strength. So for you, Virgo, as an earth sign, go out in nature, experience outdoors. Okay, you don't have to get dirty if you don't want to, but you know, don't be afraid to go outdoors and experience and get in touch with nature, because that's a very grounding technique, and that's something that you really need. All the earth signs, I think all of the signs deserve that grounding, but more so the earth signs. So we're talking like Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. You guys need to be grounded, and that's what's going to give you that calm. All right, step forward. Each small step takes you towards greatness. Yeah. So you've got your Fool card here. Step forward. It's okay. Little steps will turn into big steps later. So don't rush it. There is a thing called divine timing. So just trust that everything is going to work out in your favor. Okay? Thank you so much for being here today, Virgo. I hope you have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with other Virgos and or cross watchers. Talk to you soon. Love you. Have a great day. Bye.